Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Once again, stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness to all the children of the sun. From my higher self to yours, I greet you in wholeness. Nature teaches us, if we get out in it, how to get into ourselves. I hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all, in the truest version of your authentic self, radiating in the highest frequency of love and light possible. We hear the birds helping us raise the vibration. Wholeness family, I greet you in a high vibration of no conflict and no resistance. Hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all. In your true and authentic self, radiate, in your highest light possible. Nature teaches us what the forces are behind it once we get out in it and get into ourselves. Spend time in nature. How you navigate determine how you gravitate. So, in connecting with nature and allowing myself to just become one with it, it navigate me into a place to gravitate in gratitude. Gravitate towards gratitude, family. The small things, remember the small things. The small things that get you to where you vision yourself going. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Gratitude must be the attitude. I greet everybody at Southern Souls, Star Seeds, and Soul Tribe. I hope we feeling good for no reason at all. You hear me? Internal balance eliminates external desires. So when you're whole, when you're full, when your cup is full, when your inner cup is full, you'll find yourself gradually not really desiring anything external of that place in yourself that keep you feeling full. We all pieces of the puzzle until we piece the puzzle together within ourselves. Family, when it comes to people, when it comes to things, when it comes to technology, nothing lasts. Everything must die. We go from one trend to another, one fad to another, one fashion state. Today's fashion statement wasn't last year's statement. It was not even 6 months ago. So we're always changing, evolving, or expanding. Nothing lasts. Everything must die and change forms. And even the topic of dying or death is scary for a lot of us if we haven't began to understand our God-like nature. Death is a scary topic, and that's okay. My point is, nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. If anything in your present, it's not permanent. How many people know that this world is an illusion? How many people know that this world is an illusion? The only thing that gives it a reality is our interconnectedness to it. Meditation, meditation, meditation. Meditation is huge because it gives us understanding to how the ego does its dirt for us to do the inner work that we require to do. So ego is a beautiful thing. And once you start really being brutally honest with yourself and doing the inner work necessary required that our experiences reveal to us, then the ego has to die too. We kill it. We kill it to become our better self. And in reference to that, it brings us more into alignment with ourselves, and alignment with others, alignment with nature, alignment with the universe itself, and bring us more into our purpose, whatever our purpose may be. You know, everybody don't come here for the same purpose. Just like everybody not here from the same star system. Don't matter how much you may think you from Earth because you own it. But there are some of those of us that are here that are from Earth. However, it's important to be aligned with your purpose or your assignment and create from that space of power through your intention. We too grown up to be letting other people create or depending on other people to create in our space. It's okay if we in cooperation through collaboration, but nobody should be codependent on nobody else to do their inner work in this process or on the process of this journey. Use your power of intention instead of being the product of what's intended for you. Have higher intentions. We gotta have higher intentions for ourselves. To the point that we gotta intentionally, we gotta use our energy to know what to intentionally keep and what to intentionally release. The reason I say this is because as people and the people in the connectedness of the whole thing that gives us interaction. You just can't have passerbys. You know, the power of intention is creating with purpose, creating through intention. So people should be intentionally placed in your life, and people should be intentionally released from your life where needed. It's important because you never know anybody's intentions until they make them known. Most times when people make their intentions known to us, it's in a effed up situation. It's up to us to change those dynamics, you know, through these lessons. Not be mad at nobody, not hold no grudges. Learn the lessons, learn them in love, and then, you know, which yields more self-respect, insight, self-esteem, self-confidence. See, everything we revert back to self, so nobody grown got no business pointing no fingers, long story short. But these are things that you start to paying attention to if you're growing. Also, these are things that you start paying attention to in order to tell if you have influence. One thing that has become very enlightening for me is when you love what you do, there is no competition. The only thing that can compete with you is you're continuing to build and develop from that space to continue what you're doing because that's what you love to do. One of my sisters told me, what can't beat you will try to beat you. Well, let me tell you one thing about that I know personally. Nobody can never take credit for who you are. Nobody can never take the credit for who you are. They may deny you of it. but they can never take the credit for who you are to you or who you are to them. And it's deep. It's deep because it be the people that we don't know, we're unaccustomed to, that come in your life and give you and give you the accolades of the light that you actually do carry, you know. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Because nothing can be hidden. We always hear the term, nothing is hid under the sun. Well, there's nothing new under the sun. Well, that's because nothing can be hid from it. But at the same time, nothing can be hid from the moon either. I'm saying that to say this, family. Unveiling God in yourself reveals God in everything. Even the places where God ain't rose to the surface at. The mind, your mind. Does your mind just do the thinking, or does your mind do the knowing? The reason that is important is because what I've learned to find is that the mind thinks and the heart knows. So to know yourself, you have to know your heart by using your mind. My point is, and purpose in saying that is, we gotta know when to use logic and know when to use the emotion that we call love. And then if you can balance those two things, you become a king or a queen or a god or a goddess in your own throne. That's sovereignty. And this is important to me because Pac said, Tupac Amaru Shakur, it's hard to be an angel when you're surrounded by demons. And even though that was so many years ago since I heard him make that statement, and self-reflection of what it said to me about me and hearing it, I still feel the same confirmation then that I do now. To say it's hard to love humanity when humanity don't love themselves. It's hard to love people when people don't love themselves. Not like you want them to love them, but when the love that you do have for yourself, if it ain't tainted, you can see things of the nature that what I'm speaking about. But my purpose in pointing this out is because it gives me the ability to continue to love humanity, continue to love people, in reflection of myself. That's, so it's hard to love humanity when humanity don't love itself, but I do, because humanity is me. No matter how much we want to realize it, the things that we complain about in others, the things that we point out in others, ain't no more than the things that we really struggle with in ourselves. So this is why I address a lot of things the way I do, in the brutal honesty with myself, to give a more cushion and accessible way to walk through the portal of self-development. To say, if we woke, it's time to stop recruiting people to replay the same things that we already done been through, the same childhood traumas, the same old karmic patterns, and create some new in our life. You feel me? Everybody not dying to reincarnate a cycle through a cycle. Everybody is not dying to reincarnate a cycle through a cycle. Some people using you, or don't try to use me to continue the same old BS cycle in this lifetime we in. You gotta complete the cycles, not repeat the cycles. If you sleepwalking, then you probably ain't got no business on this page. Because I'm talking to woke people, I'm talking to right brain people, I'm talking to my star seeds and my light workers, and my people just starting this journey. No matter where you at on it. You know what I mean? Don't let no one attract you to be the blame for they mess. Those are cycles that we don't repeat it and then recognize these cycles. I hope we don't stop them. Don't let nobody attract you just to be the blame for their mess or how they is. For whoever this resonate with, when it happened to you, you're gonna remember Sawu. This is what Sawu was talking about, I bet you. If you do nothing else, find your worth, know your worth, and own it. Why is this important? Because when your worth, who you are to you, and what makes you you, is not tied to anybody else. When your worth and who you are, and what makes you you, is not tied to anybody else, it's all yours. I love y'all, family. Stay up. Feel good for no reason at all. Stay true to the highest version of your authentic self. And I'm out.